Hello, everyone, and welcome to The Hit Show. I'm glad to have the Hit Tribe with me today, live from Morocco, Casablanca to be exact. I'm at the Arab Affiliate Summit 2018. Some of you may know I also spoke that last year in Cairo at the Arab Affiliate Summit 2017. The Hit Show is all about creating influence through investing in relational capital. The influence that you have, you then wield this to create opportunities for making more money. But we do it all based on HIT, honesty, integrity, and transparency. And today, I have a special guest who I met last year at the Arab Affiliate Summit 2017 in Cairo, Sebastian Gomez. Thanks for coming, Sebastian.
Thanks for having me, man.
It's great to have a live podcast. It's often that I do it in video. Mm-hmm. So let me tell you why I'm excited to have Sebastian on the show today. When I met him last year, you just turned 20, correct? Last year?
Yes. Last year I was 21.
21.
I'm
okay.
22 now.
So he just turned 21 last year, and he comes from Costa Rica.
Yes.
Yeah? Comes from Costa Rica, and he was on stage speaking about killing it. And as a 51-year-old man, last year a 50-year-old man, I'm thinking, okay, what can I learn from this guy? Now, I learned a lot, and not only did I learn a lot, but I watched him this past year, and then to my surprise, we both ended up here again. So I wanted to make sure I got the chance to grab you and show the Hit Squad, all of the viewers, exactly what it is that you do, mm-hmm. and how you got to where you got. Not only making money, mm-hmm. because that's one part of it, but doing it in a way where it's sustainable, sort mm-hmm. of for the planet and for your mind, where mm-hmm. you're positive, you're not taking advantage of people, and you're making a massive impact, not only in, like I said, in the world, but in the social structures of your generation, where people
mm-hmm.
say, wow, this guy did it. So, give me a backdrop of where you came from.
Right. So, well, I came from a pretty good family, right? Pretty good background. I definitely don't complain in any way. I went to the best high school of my country, good English, great friends, great family, but I always had that inside me, like, that I wanted to live life on my terms. I know right. It's like the typical phrase that everyone says, that live life on your terms, do whatever you want, but I really wanted to do what I wanted. Right. You know, so when I was in high school, it's like this stage where we're talking about college and, you know, figuring out what you want to do in life. Like, people were asking me, like, what do you want to study? What do you want to do in life? And I was not thinking about, like, a specific career. I was just thinking, like, I want to work out. I want to go to the beach. I want to enjoy life and help people. So I was like, okay, so I need to find a way I can do that. Right. I don't know if it's through a career, or I don't know if it's through engineering or law or business. Did you grow up with an entrepreneurial family, or how did that? What made you not want to go the traditional route? Yeah. So my dad has never been like an entrepreneur. He's really good at what he does, which is like the stock market and things like that. He works in a part of, let's say, a bank, and he's really good at that. But he's not like a business owner. Right. My mom always had a small business, but she never was like, she always motivated us to do what we wanted, but she was never like super entrepreneur. You know what I mean? So, like, for instance, if we told my mom, like, hey mom, we want to start selling lemonade, she always said, like go for it, give it a try, you know? So we always got the support we needed. And if just so I want to make a note of this, is that you know, what I find also inspiring is I met your mother last year because mm-hmm. she came with you, and she came with you again this year with your brother, though, this time, right? Yes. So the whole family travels together. It's and you see that unity, you see the sort of, you know, motivation that you give each other. It's really inspiring from a guy who comes from sort of a family that didn't do that, if I would put it lightly. Yeah. So it was really inspiring to see. So I can understand where that comes from. So there you are. You're in high school, and you're thinking about college. You're thinking about what you're going to do, and you're saying, I don't want to do that. I want to do something else. So what did you end up doing? So here's kind of like where my entrepreneurship journey started. When I started thinking about these topics, college, and, you know, what I wanted to do with life, I started thinking of, because like I told you, my mom was very supportive. Right. There was this time I asked my mom, like, hey mom, can I get an Xbox 360? Because I was kind of like a geek back then. And she said that I could get anything I wanted, but I had to work for it, to pay for it, basically, right? So she said, like, because many times you get a straight no, right? Right. I didn't get a straight no. I just said, she said, you can get anything, but you have to work for it. So I was like, okay, first of all, I need money to get the thing, right? So I started selling candy on high school and making money that way, like $20 a day or something, until the director shut my business off because you couldn't sell candy at high school. But after that, I started looking for real ways to like build a business online, like make money online and all that stuff. It took me 1 year to make one sale online, a $49 sale. And from there, like, my mindset shift because of the internet. Like, people that changed my mindset were inside the computer. Like, I didn't really get an offline source of motivation and entrepreneurship. Everything I found it online. I started following this guy who completely changed everything.
You skipped a year, so it took you a year to make your first sale. What did you do in that year that kept you driving and saying, I can do this?
Because, like, what I said is, like, man, I'm 16 years old, I'm 17. So even if it takes me 5 years, I'm going to be 23, right? And at age 23, I'm still a kid. And let's say that it doesn't take me 5 years. Let's say it takes me, like, 10 years.
Right.
I'm 26, still a kid. So, like, everything can go wrong, it's still going to go right. So, and at the same time, I don't know, I just wanted to prove myself that it worked. I wanted to prove, honestly, I didn't have nothing to lose if I tried. I was in a good school, good family. I could perfectly go to the US, go to college. Like, honestly, I said, why not just figure it out?
Okay, so you said you had no risk, right? Sort of. You had no risk. But there is a risk in doing what you want to do, I think.
Yeah.
So what was do you think that sort of having that secure backing helped you take the dive, or do you think you would have done it anyway?
I think, well, it's very hard to say if I haven't been in the shoes of someone who's going through a terrible situation. Like, I haven't really experienced that. But I think I always had that inside me of doing my own thing. And I think it's something I was probably born with, of that, what if there's something else. But let's say in my position, I didn't really have any responsibilities in terms of I had to family to maintain, children, and electricity. All of that was covered by my parents. What I did have to lose was, I mean, the money that I had, right?
Yeah, but come on. I was 17 years old, and I was working a part-time job as a cook so I could finance my parties on the weekend. You know, I mean, what is that? Where did that mindset come from that you're 17 years old and you're saying, I want to be a business, I want to build a business, I want to be successful, I want to make money, and really actually make a career out of it? Because we're taught in our society, in Western society, that go to school, you know, after high school, decide to go to college, take that summer to go party and get your, you know, just get all of it out of your system, go to college, spend another 4 years partying in college, and then, you know, or you go straight to work and you work 9 to 5, that kind of stuff. Or you join the military. But you went a completely different route. I mean, come on, 17-year-old entrepreneur, how many of those are there out there? What was it, man? What was it? Tell us what it was. What was inside of you that said, man, I'm not doing anything to anybody, I'm doing it my way?
Honestly, man, here's the thing. I've always seen people around me, family members, close friends, friends of my parents. I always learn by seeing other people. So, for instance, if I see that, let's say, a good friend of my dad made a mistake, I'm gonna say, I'm not gonna do that, right?
But you were 17 years old. How did you do that?
I was thinking about, I don't know why, man. That's why sometimes, like, for instance, let's say that I saw a very good friend of my mom, right? And my family starts speaking about, so this guy, he got a loan of $100,000 and then he spent it on cars. So me as 16 years old, I'm like, well, I'm not gonna spend the money on cars because look, he got in trouble, right? So I started taking a look at all these situations in my life, where I have no experience of, but other people have, and I just take that into account, and kind of creates this fear inside me of I don't wanna be like that, right? I wanna be able to leverage other people's mistakes to have the life that I want. So I would say it's a combination of not fear, but it's like I don't want to fall into that, and I just want to live life to the fullest. And so how can I achieve that? It's like by learning by other people's mistakes and just at the same time going for it. So I don't know, man. I don't even know how I realized that.
You're talking about the guy who bought a car for $100,000 and then blew his money, right? Well, most people would look at the car and say, man, it was worth it, at least for that 1 year until I had to pay it back. Like that perspective, I didn't have it back then. I mean, I didn't know anything about anything when I was 17 years old, except that I didn't like where I was. And I knew that I wanted to change it. And for me, the answer was joining the military because I knew I could get out, right? Like, they're going to take me away and just take care of me. And that's a big difference. People like to, you know, let's say, sort of glorify joining the military. But in the end, I joined an organization that took care of me in every way.
Yeah.
So it's like I join, they take care of me, they feed me, they tell me where to go, what to do, how to get promoted, how to dress, how to cut my hair. They try to tell me everything. Of course, I put my life at risk. But an entrepreneur, you put everything at risk. You put everything at risk.
Yeah.
So assuming that you're past that point now, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're 17, you graduate from high school, you know you want to be an entrepreneur. What then?
All right.
Because now you got to work, right? Now you got to work that.
Yeah. So here's the thing. And when I started when I was around 16, trying to figure everything out. So by the time I graduated in college, well, first of all, my goal was to be creating consistent income by the time I graduated high school, and that was my goal, right? And when I was around 16, and when I was 18, I think I was making more money than all of my teachers. But with like selling services, like I started making websites to people, and I just learned how to make a quick website, and I sold it for $100. People charged $2,000, so they were okay with, and I started doing that. So when I graduated high school, I was already making money, right?
Right.
So I said like my parents saw I was making money, so they were like, okay, like, you know, go to college and all this stuff, but we know that what you're doing is works, right? It's not a scam.
Right.
So I did have that mental peace that, whoa, I'm doing something that works, and I'm making real money, like not a lot, but it's legit. Like
it's real. It's yours. Yeah. It's yours.
Results,
you earn it. You keep it. You hold it. Exactly.
It's like, yeah, man. I don't know. I just saw it was real when I graduated. I was so self-confident that it worked.
Okay.
And it kept me super motivated.
Were there times there when we're talking about HIT now, honesty, integrity, transparency? Were there times in that period when you were growing into the entrepreneur you are today that, I mean, it wasn't that long ago if you think about it. But were there periods where you like wanted to cut corners and maybe, you know, do something the quick way and make a little more money and so shadow dark, you know what I mean? Like black hat kind of stuff, or did you always say, no, man, I'm keeping it full of integrity so that I can move forward? What was it? Were there times where you actually like cut corners and try to, you know, make it quick?
So in terms of, it's never been, I've never done anything. I've never looked for a way to make money in an unethical way, right? Now, here's the thing. When I first started, I was thinking about making money fast, right? Making money online, because I think that most people that become entrepreneurs start by typing "make money online" in Google, right? You just want to have some assurance that what you're doing works, right? Like even if you make $10, right? So when I've made my first $49 sale, I was so pumped because I said, this works, it's real money, and I can use it for whatever.
Right.
So in the beginning, you kind of have that mindset of make money fast, but then after you start working, you start transitioning make money into build a business and have an impact.
Okay.
So, you know, in that stage of making money, to prove myself that it worked, I did CPA, I did ClickBank, I did, you name it, a little bit of everything.
Can you explain to to the tribe, to the you know, what it is, CPA, what it is? They might not be all, you know, knowing the acronyms and things like that.
So I started like promoting other people's products. I even started selling supplements for muscle building, right? So like bodybuilding products, and making some commissions out of that.
Right.
And after I started promoting other people's products, I started thinking about selling my own products, right? There's different models in the internet. You can sell other people's products. You can sell your own products. You can sell your own services, other people's services. In the beginning, I didn't have experience of creating products. So I just said like, hey man, you got a muscle supplement that works. It's proven. Like, if I sell it, can you give me a commission, right? That's basically what affiliate marketing is. That's how I started. Okay. And it was one of the many ways in which I try to make money.
Okay. So just to talk to the hit squad, I called you guys a tribe, sorry, the hit squad. I'm in a couple different tribes. So talking to the squad right here, you heard what he said, right? So basically you spent no money to sell. So you got other people's products, you sold them, and you got a commission basically. How did you promote that traffic? How did you get people to join?
So here's the first way I started making real money, and it didn't involve any advertisement investment, right? So I told you about them selling muscle supplements and all that stuff, but I wasn't really making a lot of money with that. The business that made me the most money to start, so that then I could invest in paid advertisement, in coaching, and all of that stuff, was like this. So basically, I learned how to make simple websites, right?
Right.
Nothing complicated because I didn't know anything of coding or graphic design. But I just went to YouTube and I said how to make a simple WordPress website. So I developed that skill and I could build a website, a simple website in 45 minutes, right? Now here's the thing. How do I get people to pay me to build their website? So here's the exact strategy. I went on Facebook, into Facebook groups where I knew that people that were starting out needed a website,
right.
people that needed a website, and I messaged 30 to 50 people per day, and I said something like this. Hey, what's up, John? I saw you're in the affiliate marketing group, and that's awesome. I'm also getting started in this part. We'd love to share ideas and connect. Hit me up if you would like to chat. He's like, hey man, yeah, I'm also part of the group, but I'm confused. I don't know what to do. And then I tell him, okay, perfect. May I see your website? And I knew they didn't have a website. So they were like, they were like, oh no man, I don't have a website. I'm just getting started. I don't know what to do. So I'm like, dude, like you need a website to generate leads, to get exposure, and to promote your product, whatever the product is. So they're like, oh really? I'm like, yeah man, like you know what? Actually, let's get on a Skype call. I'm gonna be free at 3 p.m. and I'm gonna give you all the free value that you need. I'm gonna help you step by step. They're like, what's in it for you? I'm just like, dude, nothing. Just let's get on a call. I'm gonna help you for free, right? We got on the call and I literally can be 30 minutes of pure value. Hey, what's up, man? Yeah, this is what you have to do, step by step. This is why the website.
Right.
And in the end, I said like, hey, man, would you like me to do your website for free? 100% free. You don't have to pay me. They're like, oh man, for sure. Like, no, now I understand why I need a website, but like, why would you do it for free? I'm like, here's the thing. So you need something called the hosting service when you create a website. So you can go ahead and get the hosting service on the regular website like hostgator.com, or you can just get the hosting through my affiliate link. So I'm gonna make a commission, and that way I can do your website for free. They're like, okay, I need the hosting either ways. If I get it through this guy, he can do my website for free and he can make some money.
Right.
Or I could go to the regular website and get the hosting, and no one's gonna make my site for free. So I was selling free websites every day, and I was making $100 per hosting commission.
Wow.
So I was selling around 3 free websites per day for $100 each, and making like $9K a month in high school selling free websites.
$9,000 a month in high school.
Yeah.
So let me add, you said something there that fits along our philosophy here with the Hit Squad, is that you said adding value for free.
Yeah.
Giving value for free. Mm-hmm. That there's nothing more valuable than giving value. And that's what we like to call investing in relational capital, mm-hmm. right? So when you were doing that, did you think of it as a strategy, saying I'm going to get a return on my investment, or do you just think they're going to somehow show up sometime because I gave them free stuff?
Yeah, I knew I was going to get my return. So when I would start a conversation, I was not expecting them to buy anything from me. I'm just like, okay, if I can get...
no expectation.
No expectation.
You're right.
I started the conversation and I said, how can I help you? I gave them so much value that they thought that I was freaking crazy. I gave them so much value that they thought that they owed me, so they were begging for my affiliate links later on, right? So they were like, hey man, do you have an affiliate link for ClickFunnels? Hey, you have an affiliate link?
Wow. So it's like, because there's people that sell affiliate links, but they don't tell you it's an affiliate link. They're almost embarrassed to tell you that they earn a commission. Mm-hmm. So they post in a group, hey, have you guys seen the new ClickFunnels? Mm-hmm. And click here to check it out. And you see it's an affiliate link.
Yeah.
But they don't tell you it's an affiliate link. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's the part of like honesty, dishonesty, maybe, let's say, not telling the full story that I always stay away from. I mean, what about you? Do you see that as a benefit when you're like that? Because look, some people are going to be out there killing it, right? Making a lot of money, doing black hat stuff, which means sort of shady kind of things, right? Or not telling the true story. And there you are being honest. Okay, this time it worked out. But maybe later you saw that strategy is sort of maybe tough to follow through because everyone else is winning around you in the short term, mm-hmm. and you're like, I'm a marathon runner. Mm-hmm. Or how do you look at that? I mean, how do you stop the temptation of cheating, if you know what I mean?
Is that like when I realized that that long route was the most profitable route, I always took the long route. So for instance, if you try to make quick money, you will never make any money. And if you try just to provide value, it's going to take a bit more time, but you're going to make more money. Yeah. So also from a money point of view, I was like, it's more profitable to give value than just to make money. So
how did you know what value was at that age? I mean, it just blows me away. Where's this come? I need to go back now. Where's this come from? Does it come from your mother, your father, the upbringing, mm-hmm. that you actually put focus on that? Because That's it. I don't want to say we're all shallow, but I didn't know what value was when I was growing up. I thought value had a dollar sign on it.
Yeah. So I actually learned this from my first mentor, which I got. He was providing so much value that I reached a point where I said like, hey man, send me your affiliate link. I'm going to buy a $2,000 affiliate offer, which was kind of like a business opportunity. He was going to make 50% commission, $1,000. And I was basically kind of like begging him for his link. He made the money, and we're super friends today. He came to Costa Rica this year with his mastermind. He's like one of my best friends online, honestly. And I remember thinking like, man, this guy needs to make some money because like he helped me so much with his free content.
Right.
So then I always learn by experience. So then I said like, okay, if I wanted him to make money because he gave me value, then what if other people can do the same for me, right? So based on I actually learned all that stuff from this guy. His name is Zach. And Zach Crawford.
Zach Crawford.
Yeah. And like I told you, like on high school, no one was talking about value or the internet. No one even knew it existed, man. But I just followed, videos from people online. Like you have to surround yourself from people that are where you want, one way or another. If it's online, who cares, right?
Right. So that was 5 years ago?
Yeah, when I was 16.
It was 5 years ago. Let's fast forward because we're coming near the end. I just want to remind everybody you're watching The HIT Show, where we talk about using HIT, honesty, integrity, transparency, and investing in relational capital to create influence, to wield that influence to create opportunities to make more money, and we do it ethically and with integrity. We're talking to Sebastian Gomez from Costa Rica. So exciting! It's exciting to talk to you because I watched you progress, right?
Thanks.
And I watched your business last year. We're going to jump forward. Last year you were drop shipping, correct? You were doing a drop shipping business, which for those who don't know, it's where you sell other people's products online and they ship it for you. So you don't have any stock, you have no inventory. It's quite profitable if you get it right. Problem right now is everyone's doing it, right?
Yeah.
There's a million drop shippers out there, and the products from websites like Alibaba.com are getting cheaper and cheaper and less and less, let's say, dependable. Delivery, returns, and things like that. So you were sort of in that position, right? Doing really well, but then you saw something. Did you have to change? What did you see and what did you change?
So the thing with the model, I've been doing drop shipping for the past probably 2 years, right? And like in any business, you have to adapt or die, and strategies change and things change, especially on the internet. Things change so fast that if you don't adapt, I mean, you're out, right? So how I see it, in the beginning, I had the make money online fast mindset, but nowadays I only think about the long term, right? So here's the thing, like with drop shipping, the thing is that you experience low delivery times and you don't have full control of the business. So when you don't have control of the business, the customer experience is not that good, right? And when the customer experience is not that good, people don't like your products or like your business, then you won't make any money from the same customer. And the long-term profits are made from the same customer. So one thing leads to the other. Bad quality and bad delivery times equals unhappy customer. Unhappy customer equals to depending on many customers and not making money from one customer. That's one of the quickest ways to make money is repeat sales, because there's no cost of marketing. Right? You just basically write the same people that bought from you already. They have a relationship with you. They like you. They have a good time, and they start short. Yeah. And you can expand your product palette as well, right? Yeah, exactly.
Which is sort of what you did, right?
Yeah. So now my business, I mean, it's still e-commerce. Right. It's just like an improved model where the customer is first. There's more focus on product quality, better delivery times, like a better idea, more essence behind the brand than just products where they can get anywhere else. So there's like a real concept backing up the products.
But did you have a brand before, or were you just selling other people's products?
So before I was just selling other people's products. Now I'm looking to create my own products. I'm creating my own products, own packaging, own products, like having more control.
Right. So what did you do? You went from selling other people's products, and now you have sort of a Costa Rican sort of twist on your products.
So here's how I came up with the idea of the brand. So I've been selling women fashion products for the past 2 years, right? And so women fashion is like the niche where I've made the most money on e-commerce. But then I said like, okay, something I really enjoy is nature, tropics, mountain biking, going to the beach. So why not combine the niche that I'm good at with the topic that I like and build a business that first of all I'm passionate about, and where I know there's buyers.
Right. Wow.
So now my business basically consists of women's fashion, the tropical vibe, all the Costa Rica topic backing, the designs. So yeah, that's how I came up with the brand.
Inspiring. I mean, that's to say the least. You know, here I am, a 51-year-old man taking lessons from a 21-year-old man, and it just goes to show you can never learn out. You're never done learning. Number one, and you just don't know what you don't know, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what you know, and it's inspiring to see that. And I'm sure the Hit Squad is going to agree with me when we say that we wish you the best of luck.
Thanks.
But before we go, yeah, I know. No, it's cool, man. Before we're ready to go, I want to get a little bit of personal stuff there. Mm-hmm. Okay, so you drive for business, you have a mentor, and you want to make money, and you think long term. But right here inside, what's that thing that just what is it? What's the moral compass inside of you? What is that thing that drives you? What's that one thing or two things that drive you?
Yeah. So what really drives me, honestly, is that if you see a timeline of the universe, right? It's like the planet has been here for like freaking, I don't know how many billion years.
Yeah,
how many billion?
A lot.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's say 5 billion years. I don't know.
Okay.
And this is the timeline of 5 billion years, and you're like over here.
Right.
And it's not like in Call of Duty that when you die you can respawn, right?
Right.
They kill you.
Call of Duty is a video game, so
yeah, it's a video game. I mean, when you die, you just revive, and you have like 3 lives or 5 lives or unlimited, depending on which game mode you are on. Because I was a geek, so I played a lot of Call of Duty, and like in here, like when you die, you die. Like I seen like you're alive for this grain of sand in a timeline of 5 billion years, and it's like, why not do whatever you want and try to make the best of the time that you're in the planet, right?
Okay, that's inspirational. But what's the actual drive?
The drive, honestly, like before I just wanted to make money. Now it's like people pay me a lot of money to teach them what I know, and it's not so much about the money, right? It's more like how can I make a positive impact in the planet.
So that's what I was trying to get at, because you have a new model of, you have a dropshipping model still, but you have your own products, you have your own brand, your own designs, but you're doing something else now, right? Which is coaching.
Yeah, I do coaching. Yeah,
right.
Yeah. I've always been. Actually, remember with the free website stuff,
right.
I was coaching these people, even if I was not making money, right? Because like, for instance, here's how I see it. Some people will say, oh, you cannot help people if you're not making money. But how I saw it is like, okay, I know how to make websites and you don't, so I can help you make websites. So as long as I can add some value to your life, regardless if I'm making money or not, then I've always had like that mindset. So I've been honestly doing and helping people and coaching since day one, honestly. Now I just like charge for it, and actually it's like it's just part of my business as well. But I just give, honestly, like 99% of the stuff I know, I just give it away for free on YouTube. Yeah. But I do charge for coaching, but I mean,
what's your YouTube channel?
It's Sebastian Gomez.
Just straight up, Sebastian Gomez. Check it out on YouTube. I'll have it down in the links below in the podcast notes, just for the viewers and the listeners. So let's wrap this all up. Your mother's here. Your brother's here. You talk about your father. How important is family to you? And how important was it for you do you think, to be successful?
Well, my only option was to be successful. There was literally no other option. I never had a plan B. Like I never had a plan B on.
Right.
Like for instance, some people say, okay, I'm gonna try this, and if not, I mean, I have another option, or my job, or my family's company. Right. I never had a plan B. I was like, man, like either this works, or I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like. That was like my only plan B. That's why I treat that. I do that with every business. Like if I get into a business, I'm gonna make it successul. When I started training karate, I'm like, I either get a black belt or I don't know, get it, right? Things like that. And regarding my family, it's very, very important part of, I would say, my success, because like when you have people that support you, it just like keeps you going, right?
Yeah.
So like my brother has always been on the same page. He like has his own business. He's the one that got me started into the idea of making money. I remember when he first bought a course, he paid $100. I'm like, why would you spend $100? It was so much money on a course, man. Like he's like, and I don't know, and then I started going that path. So I think family is super important. And
good to hear. Good to hear. One last question before we take off here. the number one challenge you've had so far in your business? It's been 5 years since you've been in business. What's the number one challenge emotionally, sort of, psychologically? What was the one challenge you had to take all of your energy into your mindset to overcome?
Yeah. So a big one was focus, right? Like focusing on way too many things, and focus is a hard thing for me, because if I'm doing a lot of things, I don't do anything. I just get distracted very easily, so I have to force myself to do one thing and try to do it very well before something works. Right. And then another thing, in the beginning, I think it's normal to doubt yourself a little bit, because you don't know if what you're doing is the right thing, or you don't know if, I don't know, people can say it's a good thing or a bad thing, but sometimes you can doubt yourself. So after that, right now, you can tell me anything, I'm I have a lot of confidence in myself, my decisions, but it's something that I think I acquired over time. In the beginning, I was not very confident. Did
you listen to a lot of different people, or you just say, I'm picking this one person, I'm going that way?
No, I always follow Zach.
So always follow Zach. Okay, good. So you chose one person and you just went. Man. Okay, well, I think that's a great tip, because a lot of people get lost in detail because they try to do so many things at once. The same thing, but with different guides at once, different mentors, different coaches. So I think it's a good point. Hit squad. Pick one person and roll with it. It's the same thing as when you have a goal. You hit that goal every day. That same goal, that same passion, that same direction, and this is how you're going to reach it. You can't change it every day. So ending up here. What is, for you, the most important thing for all the Hit Squad who are watching, if they're starting a business, if they're in a business, or if they're turning around the business, what's the one thing that you say, well, it could be anything, it could be technical, it could be mindset, whatever you want it to be. What's that one thing that you say, when it all else fails, this is what I reach into, and this is what I grab into? What is it?
Well, if I were to start from scratch, I would do the same thing as the free website. It doesn't have to be a free website, but the same concept. You give so much that eventually you get back. I mean, that's the one thing, literally, the one thing. It has nothing to do with Facebook, scaling, funnels, marketing, all that stuff you can learn it on YouTube for free, and the strategies are not the most important thing, honestly.
It's funny because I have a meme actually on my page that says, keep giving so much value that they have to talk about you. Right? So that's basically what you're saying, right?
That's the same thing.
Okay, awesome. So give us your sources for inspiration, for learning, for being better. What is it? Do you have a book? Do you have a podcast? Do you have something you listen to? Besides the Hit Show, of course.
The best book I've read is not even business related. It's more spiritual. It's The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari.
Of course.
That's my favorite book. I'm not a big reader, but I've listened to it 2 times. This is the 3rd time I've listened to it. Right, The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari. It's just in my opinion, so powerful to understand more about yourself, because I think business stuff, there's a lot of things out there. Right. But when you understand yourself and you master, yourself, your thoughts, and you can make anything happen. So that's one resource that I think you should definitely take a look at if you haven't seen it. The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari.
I think you said something very important there, is that if you can have the best business tools, the best business idea, structures you want, but if you don't understand yourself, you may not make it, right? So it's always about the source inside.
It is.
And it's funny because I actually was in a monastery with a 45-year-old monk who actually sold his Ferrari.
Oh, really?
This is after I read the book. I was like, did you write that book? He's like, no, that's not me. But it was literally a banker who had a Ferrari who turned into a monk and sold his Ferrari.
No way.
I'm not kidding. It was in Austria, in a city called Zeitenstetten. And so I spent some time in that monastery. So that was funny that I actually read that book before I went in.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it is. And so look, man, we could talk all day. I think the Hit Squad had a great show this time. Just to wrap it up, remember, it's the passion inside that drives you. It's knowing who you are that drives you. And start by giving value. Give so much value that they have to talk about you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thank you so much for being on. Now it's a handshake.
Thanks for having me.
All right, brother. And we're going to see each other next year at the Arab Affiliate Summit 2019. Who knows where, right?
Yeah.
If not, I'd love to see you somewhere where I am in Europe, maybe on
another event or anywhere.
What's your next event?
Bangkok in 1 month.
Oh, you're going to the World Affiliate Summit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, great. I want to miss that one. Bangkok's not on my schedule. I do have some friends there. So where can people find you?
YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. And yeah, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook.
You don't
Sebastian Gomez CR.
Sebastian Gomez CR.
CR, that's my username. But if you put Sebastian Gomez, it should appear.
Yeah, so CR means Costa Rica.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right, thanks so much.
All right, man,
see you next time. Bye-bye. All right, Hit Show, that's it. Wow, what a show. And this is fantastic. I'm here in Morocco, in Casablanca, where they filmed the film Casablanca. And there's that famous cafe here where everybody goes and sort of, play it again, Sam, that kind of thing. It's exciting. Well, we got to go out yesterday and see a little bit of the city. I went to a World War II cemetery as a veteran. It meant a lot to me to see that. But the best thing about this whole place is that you get to meet people like Sebastian and all my other friends here. It's truly inspiring. I get to learn, and I get to take it back and teach. And the best way to learn is to teach.
Yep.
Always be learning, always be teaching, because you're creating that one thing that we all reach for, and that is quality of life. You have a fantastic one. We'll see you next time.